Hi everybody, welcome to Wednesday. Happy hump day. And we are going to get cracking with some Kraken headlines. Not of the Kraken, that was the mythical beast from the Greek times that was a big monster, and I think Zeus controlled it, or the person of the water, the god of the water, something like that, controlled the Kraken. It was very popular in the movie from the 80s that I can't remember the name of, there was Medusa in it, and the Kraken, and this metal bird that was really weird. God, I'm totally blanking on the name of that movie, and Clayton's gonna get mad at me for forgetting the name. I'll move on to the headlines. Dairy Queen just released 2 new fan-inspired treats, including the best blizzard in history. We need more Dairy Queens. I never see a Dairy Queen anymore. I mean, I know where there's one, because I live in Lodi, no Dairy Queens. In Stockton, I think there's one, and I think I know where it's at, but it's a ways away. Is there a Dairy Queen in Modesto?
I think so.
She doesn't even know, and she lives here. That means there's not enough. There's not enough Dairy Queens. That's what I'm saying. Not enough. We need more Dairy Queens. Just a few. Yeah, I don't want the company to go under because they overexpanded. That happens too much, but just a few. I'd like to have a blizzard every once in a while, and I don't want to drive 27 miles to get one. All right, next up. Customer bites into Walmart nuggets and finds no meat inside. Chicken sold separately. That would be frustrating. Although I have found at certain places, not chicken nuggets, but you get the fish, you go to a place and you get the fish and chips, and sometimes it's really frustrating. Nicer places, sometimes they really jip you on the fish. They get you a little piece of fish and all this freaking breading around it. It's really kind of frustrating. You got to go to a place where they, gotcha, where they kind of lower the breading amount, so it's really just kind of breading right around the fillet itself instead of breading. And but that would be frustrating. Buy a whole bunch of chicken nuggets and you bite into them and just an empty shell of a nugget. That would be terrible. Brown trout can successfully navigate beaver dams, monitoring study shows. That is one creepy looking beaver. I'm not really nervous about the fish, but beavers are usually just kind of like, they're cute-ish, they're just not something we want to cuddle with necessarily, but that one is creepy. That's what nightmares are made of. This is a creepy horror film or something like that. All right, moving on to go back into the bearded past with Zach. All right, hey everybody, welcome. Wednesday the 26th. Let's go back in the bearded past with Zach. So what we've got going here is 1942, World War II. The first female prisoners arrive at Auschwitz concentration camp in German-occupied Poland. I won't go into any more. It's horrible. World War II, Battle of Iwo Jima ends as the island is officially secured by American forces. This is part of the island hopping campaign to eventually get us closer to the mainland of Japan so we can start bombing on a regular basis. And Iwo Jima was something else, guys. Something else. Another thing we won't talk about now, but if you ever want to read some more, definitely check it up, read it. But it's very graphic. The Pacific theater was so much different because the enemy we fought in the Pacific at the time, the enemy we fought was a different fighter than the individuals we fought in Europe. The Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union is founded in Vietnam in 1931. Ho Chi Minh, of course, eventually goes on to, rule that country. He first of all then fights the French. Second of all, then he fights the Americans from North Vietnam. And so, and eventually he occupies the whole thing. Funny things about Ho Chi Minh is Ho Chi Minh actually reached out to the United States first for help involving French colonization, and we refused to help them out. So therefore, he went the different route. He just wanted an independent nation, and we weren't going to battle with one of our allies from World War II, which the French were. And
that's kind of how that all started there. And then the last thing we're going to go with today, you guys, 1954, we have nuclear weapons testing. The Romeo shot of Operation Castle is detonated on Bikini Atoll. Bikini Atoll was a beautiful paradise. People lived there. By the time we got done with it, you can't live there. You still can't live there. There's a nuclear waste site that literally has concrete, and all the nuclear waste is just filled into that nuclear waste. The area is just, I mean, it's just the radiation is so high. Life, you just can't. And it's just sad because it was a paradise. But yes, we did use it as a nuclear weapons testing site in 1954, and we used it for a few years afterwards. All right, guys, hey. I think I finally got it down after the 4th try. You guys have a good one. Bye now.
Very good, nice job. Always good to go back in the past, see what's going on back there. But now we got to go here today, in today's time, and figure out what weird laws still exist and why Bob down the street in San Francisco won't keep his elephant on a leash. He knows the law. He should know the law. Elephants must be on leashes when you take them for walks in San Francisco. What is our weird laws for today?
We're back for another weird law, everyone. It's been a while since weird laws has been a part of the morning routine. So, hope everyone has a good day. Now it's time for a weird law. Prepare to laugh your heads off. You can't honk your horn next to a Subway shop after 9 p.m. It exists in Arkansas, and it started in 1961. That's so damn weird. It's illegal to do that in front of any sandwich shop. It states, no person shall sound the horn on a vehicle at any place where cold drinks and sandwiches are served after 9. What in the world? So that's going to do it for weird laws. So I would like to sign off with one thing. Sayonara. Arrivederci.
Okay, that one's wildly specific. Some jerk drove up to a Subway and was just, I want my sandwich, and drove people nuts. And so much so, apparently they need to make a law against it. See, that's where, sometimes we get these ridiculous laws because someone just can't follow the basic societal rules. And then we have to write it down. Bob, keep your elephant on the leash when you're walking it in the streets of San Francisco. Because where else would you walk your elephant when you're in San Francisco? In the middle of the street. But yeah, no honking your horn at a sandwich. How many people were doing that? It was one guy. I'm telling you, it was one jerk that just couldn't knock it off, and they had to make a rule for one dude, screwed it up for everybody. The rest of us just wanted to honk at a sandwich shop on occasion. Don't you? Doesn't everybody just want to drive by a sandwich shop on occasion, beep, beep, and drive on? But this guy, he just laid on the... I guess I'm taking it a little too seriously. There we go. Next up, question of the day, which is...
If you wrote a book, what would it be called?
The joke book.
If you wrote a book, what would it be called?
If I wrote a book, what would it be called?
Yeah, what would you call this book?
I think it's not like a magical book, like fairy tales.
It would be about fairy tales and magic.
Yeah.
What would it be called, though?
Ryan's Magical Adventure, that's all.
If you wrote a book, what would it be called?
If I wrote a book, oh man, I don't know. I guess it would be about the hard struggles you go through.
You mean like about yourself or just in general?
In general, not just me.
Nice. Wow, that's a deep book. And you don't know what you would call it? Or?
Not really.
Alright, Manny, if you wrote a book, what would it be about?
The happily best ever life.
Oh, it would be about your life?
Yeah.
Alright, Tyler, if you wrote a book, what would it be about?
If I wrote a book, it'll be about robots that live on an island in different tribes.
Ooh, and what would it be called?
Nightorians.
If you wrote a book, what would it be about?
It would be called The Adventures of Tsukikage the True Dojo Dog in Tokyo, Japan.
What would that one be about?
Well, my character dog self doing some adventures around Japan.
Andrew, if you wrote a book, what would it be called?
My best summer ever.
Ooh, and what would it be about?
Going to the fair with friends.
Zach, if you wrote a book, what would it be about? Or be called?
Having good friends in the world.
Amanda, if you wrote a book, what would it be about and what would it be called?
It would be about me, and I would call it Me, Myself, and I.
I would call the book Firewood Frog because nobody would know what it's about. Nobody would even know what it is. Well, there's a few, but most would not know what it's about. And then I would just leave it right there. Yeah. Firewood Frog, the book. Oh, sorry. Do you not know what Firewood Frog is? Figure it out. Moving right along to the ASL word of the day, Firewood Frog. No, just kidding. It's not it. Although, I'll figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to make it up. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to make it up. I'm going to use real ASL to make it up. That's how it's going to work. Okay. ASL, word of the day, right here.
ASL word of the day is post or bag. Just like you put it on a poster, you're gesturing post like post. I got a new purse yesterday.
All right, purse, bag, whatever. It's yep, just that. You know, it's kind of like yep, just something like that. Just over the shoulder, purse bag holder, not the one from Beaches. Yeah. All right, moving right along to the. Did you know this?
Did you know the founder of Match.com lost his girlfriend to a man that she met on guess what? Match.com.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, that's very insane.
Oh, that's sweet, sweet irony right there. If you never knew what the word irony meant, it's right there. I made it this really cool matchmaking service. It's so awesome that you will find your next boyfriend or girlfriend, mate. It's so awesome. Everyone's gonna love it. Except I didn't think my own girlfriend was gonna love it and find someone else we didn't match. Ooh, the sweet irony of it. Yeah, all right, guys, guess what I learned? Firewood frog. Yeah, that's right. Figure it out. What does firewood frog mean? I mean, we know how to say it now in English and in ASL, and I'm very excited about it. And there's going to be a book called Firewood Frog, and there's the podcast, the Firewood Frog Cafe, and then maybe one day we'll be a real firewood frog. And I'm just so excited to be able to say firewood frog. I know. This is why people get tired of me. You guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. It is hump day. We're halfway through the week. Well, we will be at the end of the day, but we'll have a great rest of our week. I think the weather's supposed to start warming up, which would be nice. Allergies, look out. Hopefully you're taking your allergy meds or doing whatever your allergy interaction things are to help you not suffer from the allergy so bad. But have a great Wednesday, everybody. We'll see you Friday, 3 days a week. Friday on the morning routine. Take care, everybody.